Hello, hi everyone. Let me have a quick check. Am I audible and my screen is visible?
Yes, sir.
Very good. So today we are going to start that our new JavaScript course is there. So before that, first we have to let you know who is this course for. Okay, who is this for this beginner JavaScript? It's a absolute beginner and you can get some stuff done, but don't feel totally comfortable. We can do many magics are there. Okay, it's a 100% beginner friendly and no JavaScript experience is required. We are starting from the basic HTML and CSS knowledge. It should be prerequisite. You must have a little bit of HTML and CSS knowledge prerequisites. Okay, if you are a fast learner, that also don't need. Okay, now if you feel like you have some holes like in your skill set, but you are unable to build logic, you are unable to do validations, and you are unable to build anything, then pick up this course. If you are already experienced it, then go with advanced JavaScript course. Okay, it's a totally beginner friendly, and we assume that we do have the non computer science background also and computer science background students also. So we are going to the parallelly to both of them. Okay, this course is designed to be skill appable and meaning that is get each video. Okay, now coming to the next. What is the use of JavaScript? Okay, before that, we'll let you know that what is JavaScript. Okay, if you come here and write here in the Google, okay, what is JavaScript? What it will say? JavaScript is often abbreviated as a Java JS. What is called JS? It also called JS also, and it's a client side and server side scripting language. Previously, it is only the client side, not the server side. What does it mean, client and server? Client means, yeah. If the browser you are going to the in the browser and you are interacting, that means it's a client. It's a user is called as a client. And what does it mean, server? When you are when you are going to search here anything, and the internally what the data is going to the server and server is giving the response, that is called as a server. Okay, so previously it was used for only client side only, not for the server side. Now today's it is a use for the full stack. Client side frameworks also working and server side frameworks also working. Okay, and come here for better understanding. JavaScript is a high level definition. What does it mean, high level and low level? There are many low level languages are there, like C, C++, and assembly language. Those are the machinery language. Why machinery language? Computer can't understand ABCD. It is understand only the bitwise operators, that is 0 1 0 1 0 1. So most of the C, C++, and assembly language, they have the machinery code transpiler. Okay, every languages are having their own either transpiler or the compiler. What they will do? Their job is to this human readable format, whatever format is there, they have to convert into the machinery language. That is called as a low level language. That is called as a, but JavaScript is a low level or high level language. High level language. Why high level language? It is a human readable programming language. It is a human readable programming language. That is why it is a JavaScript a high level language. Okay. And this browser only understands three languages only: HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Apart from beyond these three languages, JavaScript don't know any other language. Okay. Today's most of the browsers frameworks like Angular, React, Node, many of them there. But they eventually what they will do, they will convert into their TypeScript language, Angular framework, or React framework, or Vue framework, whatever frameworks are there, they will convert their TypeScript or any other framework libraries and modern code. They will convert into the plain JavaScript. And JavaScript browser has also compiler. Google Chrome browser has other engine, compiler engine, and Mozilla has other engine. If you come to browser engine, if you come here, JavaScript engines. So JavaScript, it will use three types of. For Google Chrome, it is using the Mozilla V8. Google Chrome is using V8 engine, and if you come to the Mozilla Firefox, it will use SpiderMonkey Firefox, and Opera Mini, it will Netscape and Navigator. They will interpret their own interpreter. Okay, different browser have different engines are there, but most popular is Google Chrome V8 engine. V8 engine is used for Node.js also and Google Chrome browser also. Therefore, this entire Google Chrome is very fast. Why everyone prefer Google Chrome? Because it is very fast. How is it fast? Why not other browser fast? It uses the JavaScript V8 engine. Okay, we'll come to the next lecture after the 1 week advanced level how the JavaScript V8 engine works. That those are concepts we will cover in after 1 week or 10 days. Okay, it's a very basic class, so don't go deeper. Just you understand first thing what is JavaScript. JavaScript is a client side and server side scripting language. Okay, if you come to any W6 core also programming language where JavaScript update and change both HTML, and they can calculate and they can manipulate and validate the data. Okay, it's a one of the core technologies of the World Wide Web. It's a core technology. Core technology means it's a basic technology of websites. Without JavaScript, you cannot be implement the dynamical. Okay. Previously, what is the use of JavaScript? They will use for form validation. Form validation. What does it mean? Form validation. Test of form validation. For dynamical language and come here, it is called as a form validation. After the submit only, it is form validating. See here. See, what are the uses of JavaScript web application? Form validation can be done with the client side, okay, and which reduce the unnecessary round trip between the client and server. Here is the question is why do we need the client side validation? Why? Because if I'm right here, first name, last name, email, and mobile number and submit button. Okay. If I don't want to validate if user is enter the correct phone number, how would I know? If I validate the mobile number, then only I can know that user is entered the valid mobile number. So before validating, if you directly submit to the server, what would be happen? Server can also validate these all things. For example, if the user is having in India and your server is having in America, okay. If user clicks here on the submit button, the request goes to the American server, and the response is from they will process it on the server, and response will come after 2 seconds, 3 seconds. Then how is your web application performance? It is very horrible, very bad. Why? User cannot wait. If you click on any web button for validating, it will go to the American server and it is validating. Then again, it is giving the response back to the user. It will take some time, but user can't wait on that time. So, for better interaction, better user interoperability, you have to use client side validation. Client side validations. For images, I can show to you for better. See here the client side validation. You can check that. Name, the field is required. If the user is nothing he has typed and he is trying to submit the values, what would be happen if the user is submit button click? It will send this all data and request to the server. But if you keep the validations here, if you keep the validations here, if the form validation is not success or fail, so this request is blocked until and unless this form is valid. Okay, then only we'll submit the request to the server. So user interaction is very good, and unnecessary load will be decreased on the server. Why? Because users might be 1 million, 2 million, 3 millions are there. If your application is very bad, unnecessary round trips will be there. That means your server always crash. Server will be always crash. So what you will do is also means load on the server is reduced and application is more responsive. Application is more responsive. If lesser load will be there, then your server also more responsive. JavaScript uses the client machine processing power. JavaScript uses client machine process power. As I told you, JavaScript V8 engine we will use for Chrome browser. For other browsers, SpiderMonkey and other things. With JavaScript, partial page updates are possible. Only portion of the page can be updated without reloading, and the entire web form. This is the commonly called as a Ajax implementation. For example, Ajax form example. If your browser is there, see, even though if you come here in the Google also, it's called as a asynchronous JavaScript. Ajax means Ajax full form. Just you come here. Asynchronous JavaScript XML form. That means Ajax call means without reloading entire web page, your data is going to the server and server is giving back to the data. See here. If you come here, A, B, C, D, already data is coming from the server. These are the called as a Ajax JavaScript. By using the JavaScript, it's possible that without reloading entire web page, you can call to the server a partial element only. Search bar partial element we have implemented. Implemented only partial element. No other interactions are there. Even though server is giving the response. This is called as a Ajax. Okay. Only portion of the can be updated and without reloading the web form. It's called as JavaScript. Can also use it to animate the elements. If you want to update dynamic elements, if you want to previously without JavaScript, what would be happen? Only the static website will be there. Without JavaScript, if you create the website, how it will be there? There will be no living things are there, only non-living things. Non-living things. That means there will be no responsiveness in the website. If you give any order, it won't give any result back. That is called as a responsiveness. Okay, by using the JavaScript, you can animate entire web page. Okay, it will be living thing like human is living, but wood is living. Wood is not living. It is non-living things are there. Without JavaScript, your entire website also non-living things. Without JavaScript, your entire website also non-living things. Assume that. With JavaScript, your entire website is living things. If you kick to any human, what it will do? He will also kick back to you. Right? If you punch to any human being, he will also punch back to you. Like JavaScript also, same thing. Okay. One more element is JavaScript is a bad villain. In programming language, most of the great scholars will say JavaScript is a bad villain. How is it bad villain? Whenever the other programming language and other frameworks trying to kill them, it will come again with new features. It will come again with new feature. So most of them said that JavaScript is a very bad villain. Okay. Now, what is the difference between client side and server side validation? What is the difference between client side and server side validation? Client side validation can be very easily bypassed by disabling the JavaScript client browser. Client side JavaScript can be disabled. For example, here is a validation is there. Okay. I can turn off the JavaScript. Yes. Validation bypass. You come here anywhere. In simple, you can easily turn off the, anyone can turn off easily in JavaScript in the browser. See here. Give me 1 second. You can simply here press here and disable JS in Chrome. Why? Because all validation is coming from JavaScript only. if you come here and select the Control Shift I for inspect element, either right click, inspect. Okay. Control Shift P. See, Control Shift I for inspect element. Second is Control Shift P for entering this JavaScript. Java, type here test JavaScript. JavaScript, disable JavaScript. Okay. Now your JavaScript is not working right now. Control Shift P, JavaScript, enable. Now is previously it is disabled. If you come here and test out, most of the validation will not work. So it's possible that you can be bypass. You can be bypass all validations. It's possible or not? So if you are creating an application, if the user is very talented and he is trying to bypass your all validations, you have to get a one check in server side also. Same validation you will implement at server side also before giving any response. Okay, this is the web methodology. It's a web methodology to prevent that like attacks, hacking, and other things are there. That's a very different concept is there. So if the JavaScript is disabled and we don't have any server-side validation, what would be happen? There could be different threads ranging from the storing invalid data. Someone is hack your server and they will store and they will mislead your data. They will mislead your data. Suppose if the bank server is don't have any server side and client side, both validations is not there. If only server client side validations is there, not the server side, what would be happen? Someone is bypass the JavaScript from the browser and he will manipulate your all data. So for security purpose, what we'll do? Client side validation also provide for only better user experience. You cannot rely and you cannot depend on client side validation. You cannot depend or you cannot rely on client side. Why is it used? For better user experience. For better user experience, unnecessary round trips, performance best thing, JavaScript is used. Okay. However, if JavaScript disabled, if the user is making request to the tool like middleware and still he want to validate the form before saving data, so server-side validation should always be there. Server-side validation always be there. Anyone is managing the database from the server side, we will always check there. Okay, irrespective it is client side validation there or not. Okay, so what are the disadvantages of JavaScript? Many of them said that only JavaScript advantages. Sorry for this. Give me 1 second. Is it clear? So, what are the drawbacks of JavaScript? What are the drawbacks of JavaScript? It's a security. There are two main disadvantages of JavaScript. First is security. Second is browser compatibility. What does it mean, browser compatibility? In previously also I told you in the responsive web design. Browser compatibility. Cross browser compatibility. whatever codes you are writing in Google Chrome, it might be not work in the Firefox. It might be not work in the Internet Explorer. The same thing will be happen into the JavaScript also. So browser compatibility, it also has some issue, but in previous old versions. But now in latest version, most of the all functions and all methods will work in latest browser. JavaScript still is there, but the latest browser versions they updated their JavaScript engines. Therefore, it is supporting to the all compatibility of browsers. Okay. So security JavaScript runs on the client machine. So malicious user may use your JavaScript to do variety of things. You can by using the JavaScript, it's a client side is there. So you can check anyone's JavaScript code. For example, if I come here, here the JavaScript is there. I want to check there what their JavaScript code is there for W3 school. I can simply come here, Control Shift to P, and here I can check there in the source file. All the JS file will be there, validation. See, I can see easily what their logic they have implemented. Are you getting my point? So JavaScript code anyone can see there in the browser. Why? Because it's already running in the client side user browser. They can easily read and they can easily manipulate with it. So security issues will be there. There will be some possibility methods are there how to tackle with them. So JavaScript do variety of things tracking your browser history. They will track your browser history. They will stealing password. Most of the password will be steal. How it will be steal? If you store in the browser, most of the save passwords will be there option. If you save like passwords will be there, someone can easily come to your browser and they can steal all passwords. This is one of the main reason why people disable the JavaScript. So if the most of the like banking sector or any other person will be there, they always disable the JavaScript. They always keep JavaScript disabled only to avoid the threats like hacking and browser compatibility. Just now I told you. Okay. How is it well if you use the inner text property? Suppose inner text property is there, one method is there in JavaScript. It won't be support properly in IE and Chrome, but in not in Firefox. It will support only for Internet Explorer and Chrome, but not in the Firefox. And one more method, validate form. It is work for only IE and Chrome, but not in the Firefox. Like some methods are there previously. See here, I have write the form is there. As you know, the HTML basics are there. So it's very easy. It's a drop down. It's a drop down form ID. Form is there. Div select ID is a drop down. On change, I have wrote down method DDL gender selection. Which gender selected, male or female? That method is there. What they are doing? Write the function alert. You are selected option dot value. DDL gender dot value. What it will do? It will just show you have selected male or female. This code. Okay. So tools. Now you have enough learn that what is JavaScript and what is the use of. Okay. Now, if you want to write the JavaScript, how will you write? What are the tools you need? You can use in the Notepad editor, or you can use browser compatible also. Okay. See, as you can see there, there is three types of. I'll come here. Code editor. Open the code editor. I'll open the new window. New window. Okay. As I told you, code snippets are there. Okay. New file. Control yes. Save. In the desktop, select any folder. Right here, index.html. What do you write? Index.html. Already is there. So write js.html. You can give any name. Okay. And select here all files. Select here. Here already you are writing the extension js.html. That means your website is HTML. Right? If you come here, if you are new, just come here and write this all sample code. If you are new, write all this sample code. Okay. Okay. Now, if you are beginner with the JavaScript, so you can write here, come here and install these three extensions are there. What are the extensions? First one is Prettier. Which one? Prettier. I have already installed. You also install the Prettier. Okay. And second one is Code Runner. Code Runner. It will run the code without running your code. Okay. For the time being, right now, two only. Okay. And right, come here, HTML5:5. Type here, it will automatically generate your boiler code. It will automatically generate your boiler code. Okay. Just write here H1. Welcome to JavaScript. Okay. Come here. And one more is live server. Which one? Live server. Come to the extension. Right here. Live server. I have already installed live server. See here. Okay. If you are not installed that live server, you just go to the folder path. Wherever the folder path is there, just go there. Desktop, bootstrap class, js.html. Open here. Okay. Welcome to the JS. Okay. Now it's without JavaScript. How is it? Without JavaScript. If you want to insert a JavaScript, what do you have to do? See, we have write script tag. As we have write that style tags are there, same script tag. Okay. I'll just focus there like this. Okay, and I'll give the code editor also here. Okay, come to your website. Now is it visible? Same JavaScript text slash JavaScript. What do you have to write? Script tag in HTML. In HTML script type text slash JavaScript. Are you writing slash JavaScript? If you have external file, you can include the SRC. If you don't have external file, like CSS file is there, no? You can include them. If you don't have, you can write directly here also. Like style tag also you have write here, no? Inline, external line, and internal line. How many types are there? 3 types. How many types? In the styles also you can include. First one, inline. Second one, internal JS file or style file. Okay. And third one, external. External means outside file. Right? So this is called as a inline. What is called? Inline. Come here. What I have wrote? Alert. Welcome to the JavaScript tutorial. Just I wrote alert. Welcome. Okay. Come here into the JavaScript. Just refresh here. What do you do? Reload or refresh. We have saved js.html. Come here. Your browser file, go to the file, wherever the file URL is there. Just come here and check there. Here the JavaScript file is there. You reload and reload here. Inspect. Come to the console. Reload here. Not working. Why is it not working? Come here. JavaScript.html. See. See here. Working? Why is it not working? Previously. Script tab, sometimes if you keep into the header, always it is recommended that script tags should be after the closing of body. Why? Because there will be images and other things will be there. So You have to always keep script tag at before closing the body. Okay. Instead of hello, right here, hey, welcome. Save here and F5 reload. Hey, welcome is same. If you come here, console.log. Console.log. Welcome to JS. Alert will pop up here, message, and console will log into the console tab. F5, see here, console tab. And JavaScript you can run in browser also without going to the editor. If I write here, come here, okay, console.log abcd string or any numbers I wrote, okay, without writing any JavaScript code. You can run here. I can declare variable a is equal 10, variable a, just here, right? I have declared one variable a is equal 10. I just press a here. See here the value showing a is equal to 10. I can write here variable b is equal to 20. Sorry, variable b is equal to 20, not direct b20. Okay. If you come here a, just it will show the 10 value plus b. It is automatically showing 30. It is called as a read REPL. It is called as a REPL. JavaScript has REPL command. REPL means read, evaluate, print, loop. By using the browser console also you can run the JavaScript code without running any editor code. Okay. And other tools also you have like JSBin. There will be many options are there. Like JSBin and see already JSBin also providing the same. If you don't have any notepad or anything, just come here and write here. Okay, script tag. Script opening, script closing. Okay, script closing. Here you write alert. Alert. Okay. Here run option is there. Run with this. For running an alert, what you need to do? You need to reload. You need to reload. Browser reload. So it will for JSBin alert will not work. Instead of console log it will be work. Script. Console.log ABC. Run here. Run with JavaScript. Console. Run with JavaScript. Reference error. Why reference error? We are writing the string. Clear. Now run with JavaScript. See, ASDF is there. As I run in the browser. You run in the browser in any website. Just go to the console and you write there. Okay. Are you getting me? The first thing is you can write the JavaScript in the code editor. If you don't have code editor, you can use third party websites are there like JSBin, W3 School, many of them there. Okay, you can use them. If you have any doubts, you can ask me at any time. Okay, are you understanding? It's clear? Is it clear, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now next come here. We were in JavaScript beginner implementation. Okay. Now come here. Other tools like JSBin and many of them there. W3 School. If you search in, there are many also. Okay. Now come here. Advantages of using the VS Code. Just now I shown you VS Code by using the notepad also you can use them. JavaScript. It will be code and auto complete features will be there. Intelligence. If you use the code editor VS Code, what will be have auto intelligence? Auto intelligence means before writing all, it will show your headings. Okay, help this and debugging support is there. Better productivity. Okay, different places where JavaScript can be present. I just now shown to you. In the before closing the body part, you have to place extra JavaScript in line. The main thing is the execution concept. Execution context. Everything in JavaScript happen inside. If you declare any variable, how that variable going to run into the machinery code? This is very important basic concept. This class, most of them don't show them. Like if you come here, everyone shows this, clear this. A is equal to variable A is equal to just I inserted only variable but not assigned any value. Okay, now I am assigning A is equal to 20. Okay, again I am assigning A is equal to 50. Now what will be the value? A is equal to at the last time whatever value I have inserted now that only updated. Okay, see here A is equal to 50 values there. But you are just declaring any variable and assigning the value. But inside the JavaScript engine, how is it allocating the memory? How is it updating the variable value? You need to understand. This is the core concept of JavaScript. JavaScript, before that, you need to understand what is JavaScript. Okay, JavaScript is a single threaded and synchronous. What does it mean synchronous? Hmm? Synchronous means line by line 1, line 2, line 3, line 4, it will execute. Right? See here. Synchronous in the sense it will line by line execute. Line number 1, line number 2, line number 3, line number 4, line. JavaScript is a synchronous single threaded language. Single threaded means single processor. Most of the many languages have multiple processors there. Multiple processors are there. But JavaScript is always remember it's a single threaded and synchronous language. It will line by line execute. JavaScript don't wait for anyone. Always remember JavaScript don't wait for anyone. For example, you have here in line number 10 some API call is there. It is taking 3 seconds of consuming task. That line number 12 is has some code that fetch API from the server. That fetch API from the database data taking 3 second time. But your JavaScript code will wait. It won't wait. It won't wait. Why? If your JavaScript wait here only, your entire website will be stuck. Your entire website will be stuck. You cannot be close. You cannot be move your mouse. You cannot type anything, your entire website will be stuck. So how that line number 12 will be processed? That's very important thing. That's very, these all things are very core languages are there, core concepts in JavaScript. If you grow how many times, 1,000 times also, but these concepts always be clear. Okay. So here only I am showing this how the JavaScript execution context happens. For example, you just here inserted a is equal 10. How that it will be work? Imagine sealed container inside the JavaScript run. It contains the abstract concept to environment. It will line 1, line 2, line 3, it will execute. Okay, it's a synchronous and single threaded language. It's a synchronous and single threaded language. Always be remember. Second thing, how your code will be work. See here. If you are writing line number 1, n is equal to 2, and function you have written 1 xyz. Okay, don't bother about the logic. Just you understand. At line number 1, you just declare n is equal to 2, and you have write one function is there, and line number function 3, 4. Okay, but entire scope will be there. See here, memory components are there, and control execution will be there. Okay. See, this is a stack overflow. It is called as. It's called as a stack overflow. What it will do? First, it will take n is equal to. First, it will take n is equal to. It will come to the memory. Okay, and it will execute that one. Then next line number function square. Function square. It is taking the number and multiplying number and returning the answer. So same it will return the number 4. Second line. Okay. Third line also it will execute line by line. Okay. It's a function scope control execution called. Come here. That execution context called as a call stack, global execution context, GEC also called, and function execution task also called. Why? Because this one element is there. This is a memory and this is a execution context. For better understanding, I'll open my pen and explain you. If you write here any code, see, print screen, come here, control V, print screen, what you are doing here, just write here. Here one box is there, one code is there. This code will take. Okay. See here. Suppose you have one execution. Okay. This is your JavaScript V8 engine. This is your JavaScript V8 engine. In V8 engine, what it will do, it will create one more box. It will create one more box. Okay, and it will create like the same. It will execute first n is equal to. Here you have declared n is equal to. This n is equal to, it will declare here. N is equal to, control C copy, here control V paste. First it will come n is equal to. Then after the n is equal to is there complete, then it will come to the function scope. Function has its own again scope is there. Why? Function it has own home like that. Same what it will do, it will also come here. Once the execution is completion of this, give me 1 second. So, so come here. So what I told you, JavaScript basic execution context I told you, and how to use the JavaScript in the basic line. Okay. From tomorrow onward, we'll declare how many types of variables are there, primitive type and non-primitive type, and numbers, strings, booleans. We'll explain tomorrow onwards how to declare this like variables, how to declare functions, data types, loops, if-else loops. Okay, you just concentrate on this like global execution context. It will execute line by line. Okay, it will execute first line number 2, then line number 5, line number 3. Okay, remaining are execute step by step. Will go to that. Okay, any doubts? What about timings? Arun,
Yes, sir.
is it okay for you at the morning class?
Morning, what time?
7 to 9
7 to 9. Yeah, sure. It will be. No issues.
is also will execute.
Hello.
Okay, hello. क्या हुआ? हाँ, कहीं क्या हुआ? हाँ, ठीक ठीक है, मैं शाम में आ रहा हूँ, इसलिए फोन नहीं लग रहा है। शाम में आ रहा हूँ मैं। हाँ, ठीक है, लगा रहा। तुम्हारा घर का फोन भी नहीं लग रहा ना? इंटरनेट नहीं है? अजी मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ, घर का लैंडलाइन नहीं लग रहा ना? इंटरनेट है कि नहीं है, देख लो बराबर। कहीं को नहीं है। ठीक है, ठीक है। बाबा फोन लेके चलेगा तो और